What do we have for Aries at the foundation of the reading, please? Eight of Cups. Pisces energy at the foundation of the reading, Aries. Aries, there's someone in your energy. I feel that this is the kind of individual that didn't realize what they had until it started to walk away. And right before I hit record, I was singing the George Michael song. What is it called? It's the one that goes, "I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, but it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool," or "I know I'm not a fool," something like that. But there's somebody who, okay, let's put it this way. This is the kind of person that when you were around, they didn't think twice about the way they treated you. But since you've walked away, or since they've realized that you're preparing to walk away, all of a sudden, they're really in their feelings about you, okay? I'm also getting something about this person trying to pull you back in with some sort of, it's like a love message or something. But this is also the kind of person that as soon as they have you back, right, it's phony. It's a kind of illusion. It's a trickster kind of fairy tale that they're trying to spin. And as soon as you walk back, I'm seeing gates in my mind's eye. It's like as soon as you walk back through the gates, it starts again. But this time, it's so much worse, okay? So with this Eight of Cups at the foundation, Spirit is saying to you and saying to you very loudly, okay, they haven't even made me dig for this message. As soon as we began the reading, there it was, okay? So the Eight of Cups here is an energy where you are moving on because you have learned from the past and you're not repeating that cycle again. You have withdrawn your energy and you are moving on. You're abandoning the situation. And although leaving the toxic person behind, or, you know, this could be romantic, it could even have to do with communities, friends, family, really anybody who was a kind of common denominator in your life, somebody who was always around. This is an energy that I'm picking up on here where you are completely shifting the foundation, right? The root chakra, which is the foundation in my readings. It's like you're shifting that. You're shattering the foundation by which your current happiness is existing on. And even though it sounds like a good idea to leave someone or something toxic behind, it can come with its challenges, especially if you've been there for a long time. There's an adjustment period to this. It's not as if everything is just going to fall into place overnight. It begins a process by which Spirit rebuilds you. And I would say that the most successful rebirths when they come out of situations like this is most definitely going into a kind of hermit mode. Right? It's almost when you just kind of dip out for a while. Work on your connection to source. You get closer to the divine. This is how you heal, spiritually speaking. This is how you trigger a rebirthing. You know, I'm getting something here as well about you focusing on your spiritual health. You know, whatever the situation was, it's like they've done a number on you. See how you're holding your solar plexus right there? Now, your solar plexus is connected to your self-confidence, your personal power. And I feel that this situation here, it's made you feel, it's caused you to feel powerless in certain areas of your life. I feel that you've had somebody or somebody's around you that were stomping all over your happiness, poking holes in your happiness, pushing you and see how far they could actually get with it. Yeah, I just heard pushing you to the limit. Queen of Swords, air energy on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is the energy that Spirit is advising you to encompass at this time, okay? Queen of Swords is an energy of self-preservation. An energy of protecting yourself, no longer dealing with this sort of behavior. I feel that you have sacrificed your own well-being for the happiness of another. What do we have at the sacral, please? Knight of Wands. Fire energy at the sacral. For those of you that were in some sort of relationship, Knight of Wands at the sacral position after the message I just delivered, this can be seen as an individual that was causing a lot of chaos in your life. A very untrustworthy person, okay? Very narcissistic as well, right? They act this way, and then as soon as you're out the door, it's like the love messages begin, right? It's like all of a sudden they're worried and replaying events, thinking about you, listening to George Michael, right? You know, and that really gives you great insight into how this person's mind truly works. There's no sense of accountability there. I'm also hearing that for some of you, this is old news. This is something that happened a while ago, but it's just now that this person is beginning to realize what they lost way back then. Yeah, I'm hearing something about this person facing nothing but rejections now. So maybe this person, you know, was really high on their horse, treated you the way they did, and thought that they could just move on quickly. Maybe they did. And now, after they've taken a few spins around the merry-go-round, so to speak, they're aging out a little bit, and they just don't have what they once had, right? It's like they're not able to get up to their old tricks anymore. And thus begins the narcissist's downfall. They are now being brought back down to earth, and on their descent, they think about all the people that truly cared for them. And this is a tale as old as time. But for some reason, it's coming up here, Aries. You know, I also feel that what could be triggering this is something you're doing. You're either in this energy already, or you're preparing to step into this space, and people who brought pain and suffering into your life are about to witness some sort of rise. 3 of Wands. Aries, that is your energy at the solar plexus. It's also the energy that represents the entrepreneur, somebody who has a vision. You know, for a lot of you, you are actually beginning to succeed at something, and or you are just living a life that you wanted to live way back when and couldn't because of the people that were in your life at that time. And now here you are living your best life, and all these people are looking on and wondering, how did they do it? And slowly but surely, they are starting to realize that they were the common denominator. And it's during situations like these that we can understand the greater mechanics of the universe and just how genius it is, right? Everything rebalances itself in the end. Everything you have gone through to get to where you are is a lesson for them, right? I mean, this is biblical. We've heard this before. We hear about this all the time, right? God prepares a table for you in front of your enemies so they can witness the greatness, not to show them up, just to get them to think, maybe Aries wasn't that bad after all. Maybe it was actually you. And when you think about how the narcissist gets on in life, it makes a lot of sense that the universe has to go to such great lengths to wake these kinds of people up because, let's face it, they're stubborn, right? It's not easy to get the message through their thick skull. So the universe has to present them with something that is completely undeniable. And I feel that that is the energy you're either in or you're preparing to step into, depending on where you are in accordance with this timeline that I'm picking up now. And I'm also hearing here, for those of you who are just now going through the situation, so let's say you're in the 8 of Cups right now, this is your message of hope to keep pushing forward. Don't go back, okay? Don't go back to this energy here. This chaotic trickster energy. Stay focused on the path ahead and your vision. I just heard very clearly, you have too much to lose, and some of you don't even know it yet. Yeah, right there. Sun on the bottom of the deck. So success, happiness. I just heard you're going to have your time in the sun, okay? Metaphorically speaking. And literally too. 7 of Wands here. I'm also hearing something about... Okay, here we go. These people are kinds of agents, right? It's like all this distraction that the underworld sends into your life in the form of these people to stop you from aligning with your higher purpose. And this 7 of Wands really is a perfect representation, I think, in a reading like this of now having something to lose. So you're standing up for it, right? You're not allowing people to take this away from you or knock you down, discourage you from going down this path. Holding your boundaries as well, right? That Queen of Swords energy. 6 of Wands, victory. Yeah, there's a personal triumph connected to this, and a Six of Cups. Okay, so Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Emperor. There is so much coming in here. There's a lot of your energy here as well. Right there, Tower, Emperor, Ace of Wands. Six of Cups, though, after the Six of Wands, there's a breakthrough, a blessing that is on the other side of this, that some of you, well, I feel like I'm picking up on three groups. Some of you are in this Eight of Cups. You can't see that yet, right? It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. Then there's another group of you who are already on the other side of this, okay? You're already in this new energy. And now this is coming back up for review, right? There's nothing you need to do here. It's just a message that the universe wants you to know this so you can understand that the universe didn't forget about you. And then there's another group who's kind of in between, where all of this is taking place right now. You see this thing on the horizon line. You have this other energy here that is lingering around. You can feel it. It's almost like, you know, they're showing me glowing eyeballs in the darkness, right? Hiding behind bushes. It's like they're watching you. They're watching the rise. What do we have at the heart, please, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles. So I think we saw the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of this deck. I just switched decks right here. And now it's coming out, all right? So here you are, right after this Three of Wands, which is that energy of you having a vision. It's also the energy of the entrepreneur. And then the Eight of Pentacles here, this is that vision coming to life. It's like you're finally beginning to make some sort of progress. I just got a pretty loud ring in my ear. Actually, if you can imagine what it would sound like if one of these coins hit the ground, right? Like it just kind of slid off the bench because there was so many. That's what it sounded like, okay? Now, that is just really speaking about, I just feel it's here, okay? But it's like this Eight of Cups becomes this Eight of Pentacles. You withdrawing your energy allows this timeline to open up. And it's right there at the heart chakra, okay? So this is some sort of true heart's desire, all right? But this is not possible with this energy. How could it be, right? Who would have time to do anything? I also just heard for some of you, this kind of energy here was like the Tasmanian devil in your life, okay? Just non-stop drama and chaos. It was always something. Some of you I'm actually seeing in your gardens, okay? This could just be that you have long since moved on from this energy and you just have a moment, right? Maybe you're at home, everything's very peaceful, and maybe you have a little bit of music on or something, and you just find yourself feeling very grateful, maybe reflecting over your path up until that moment. There's an immense sense of gratitude inside your energy, Aries, because you know you're on the path, right? You know that you're right where you need to be in this moment. And when you arrive at that space, I've found, you know, it allows you to look back on your path up until that very moment, and you can see that all the highs and lows, all the events, all the things that have taken place were all perfectly arranged to bring you to that moment. And that point of realization is incredibly healing. It's when you feel some sense of peace, understanding that even in your lowest moments, Source was with you. See, Source is always with us. Source is always arranging things behind the scenes to realign us with our true north path. But simply put, Aries, I just feel a sense of peace inside your mind. For those who have been on this path now for a minute, and for those of you who are just starting out, just know that there are much better days ahead. You just need to keep going. The storm doesn't last forever. It just lasts for a short period of time, especially when you make the decision to remove yourself, whatever that means for you. And then the Knight of Wands again on the bottom of the deck, okay? So if there was going to be a card that represented the storm, it would be the Knight of Wands. What do we have at the throat, please? Ace of Pentacles at the throat, and the Ten of Pentacles flipped over in the deck. Okay, this is an energy of monumental success here. Eight of Pentacles, to the Ace of Pentacles, to the Ten of Pentacles. So here you are, right? Finally putting this Ace of Pentacles to use. The divine said to you, hey, come down this path. Okay, remove yourself from the situation. Just keep coming down here. See those pinnacles, right? The pinnacles of success, whatever that represents, which is obviously this, okay? Think about what this is for you, right? True heart's desire. This is the divine saying to you, hey, we've heard your prayers, and those prayers are actually in direct alignment with your mission. It's actually what you came down there to do. So this is an energy here of somebody who's aligning with their purpose and path in this life cycle. It's very clear. And where does this lead? To the Ten of Pentacles, the wealthiest card in the tarot, okay? The Ten of Pentacles represents your divine inheritance, and I'm getting a really loud ringing in my ear right now, okay? Actually, it sounds like multiple coins now hitting the ground, okay? You're building something here, Aries. You're co-creating something with the divine. You know, this is an energy of legacy. Whatever that means for you, okay? It's like these individuals, well, it's like this individual here has lived a full life inside this energy. I mean, it looks like a castle, right? A huge estate. And then there's another generation here, whatever that means for you, right? Looks like she's holding a baby there. Yeah, it's a little baby. So it just really represents, and it doesn't even have to be literal. There's just an energy of growth, a constant birthing of more success. Puppies, babies, right? Material stability. So this is what's on the other side of this energy here, this chaos. Some of you are already slowly building towards this. You're already in this energy, right? That energy of peace that I was feeling. And then some of you are just now starting out on this path. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? And this is your message of hope. It's like some of you are right here, I feel, right? There's another group that's right here. You're sort of halfway there. And then some of you are right here. But the destination for all of you is this Ten of Pentacles. I'm also hearing for some of you that your story holds some kind of magic, right? I always speak about this in my readings. A huge part of the reason why we're even here, because all of us are given the opportunity, should we take this kind of guidance from Source, to be able to tell a story of success or overcoming struggle in our own life. A story of inspiration is what it comes down to. And for Source, for the divine, and nothing is more valuable than this, because a lot of the times, those stories of inspiration, if positioned correctly, can help a lot of people. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? Wow. This literally just followed what we said. The Magician. Now, the Magician from this deck shows the Magician from a different perspective. You actually can see what he's looking at, right? There's actually all these people in front of him watching him perform this magic. The story of inspiration. How did Aries do it, right? Here you have all the elements, okay? To get this after the 8, Ace, and 10 of Pentacles is incredibly powerful, because it's showing us here that whatever you have your sights on, this true heart's desire, this vision, you actually turn it into reality. And for those of you who are in this 8 of Cups, you need to start realizing your potential and to really believe it, okay? The more you actually believe it, the more it becomes a reality. And the reason for this is simple: manifestation 101. You program your reality, okay? And that's also what the Magician card is. You tell the universe, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to apply myself and put forward inspired action to make it happen. Of course, whatever it is has to be in alignment with your highest good and potential, and seemingly the highest good of all, right? And a really simple way to think about that would be to review the struggle, the difficulties you have gone through. You usually become more accepting of your path and the struggle you've been through once you've made your way down a bit, right? Once you've gotten to this point, everything starts to make more sense. Once you've been extracted from this space. Yeah, I just heard you can't see the forest for the trees when you're in this energy, right? But I can tell you that based on my own experience, when you finally step into that space, when this becomes this and then this, right? Confirmation that your vision, your true heart's desire, was actually real. There's no single greater feeling, because this is when the universe validates to you that everything that this energy here told you you were crazy for is actually 100% true. And it's usually way better, because the divine has put their unique sort of brushstroke on all of it for you, right? Just pulled it all together. I'm also hearing something about a flood of ideas, a flood of creativity. It's like looking at your path, looking at your life, seeing the struggle, seeing the events, the people, the traumas, whatever it is, and kind of connecting the dots between everything and going, I could do this with that with this. Man, that would make for a great creation, right? Whatever it is for you. I just heard creativity is on the other side. And this is when you know that the universe is speaking directly to you. See, that's always available for you, right? The downloads, the ideas, the creativity. But we become so lost inside this energy. See, this to me is an energy where you have moved so far away from source that it's like all you hear is a kind of echo, right? Source is like, do you hear us, Aries? You've wandered off too far. The tether is beginning to fray. And then right on the bottom of the deck, 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles here is representing the divine being in this giving and receiving energy with you. See, this is what it's all about, okay? We experience life, and the divine shows us how to transmute the struggles into something to help, or to add to, rather, the tapestry of life. See, each one of us, I mentioned this in a reading recently, is sort of like a unique brushstroke, right? Like I just said a moment ago about the universe adding their unique brushstroke over your life. Each one of us does this to life as a whole, right? It's like life is a giant canvas that just stretches across the entire passage of time. And each one of us is assigned to a small little portion of that canvas. And we can do great things with that space. Aries, your dreams can become a reality, but you need to convince yourself of it first. And I would say that 100% of the time, it comes down to action, right? Putting together a perfect plan and then getting to work in that space. You are, after all, represented by the Emperor, and you're all about action, right? So the Emperor is an energy of strategic planning. It's an energy of leadership and structure. So you have that built into you. And some of you don't even know it. It's just waiting there for you to be accessed, right? It's become dormant. Some of you have, and I feel like I'm speaking about this group over here, some of you have this superpower inside of you that you don't even know you have. It's just something you feel intuitively. You know, when you just have that deep knowing, but you haven't actually seen it in action in your own life yet? That's what I feel here. Like when you hear people say, I always knew since I was really young I was supposed to do this, right? It's one of these sorts of situations. And make no mistake that this energy here is showing us the evolution of that inner knowing. What do we have at the foundation, please? Okay. Page of Swords, cross the Knight of Wands there, okay? Now, I automatically read this card as a reversal, even though it came out in reverse anyway. So, Page of Swords here, read in its shadow, is speaking about somebody who's all talk and no action, okay? Somebody who makes all sorts of promises but never delivers on them, all right? And this is coming out, again, cross this Knight of Wands, but underneath this Eight of Cups. So this is what you're being guided to leave behind now, all right? And Page of Swords is also an energy of prying eyes. And it goes back to what I said about the glowing eyes in the dark, right? It's like this person watching, okay? Whoever that is for you. Hearing something about somebody giving you your flowers, male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just speaking metaphorically about something. This could speak about somebody who did you so dirty, and now finally you're happy, you're having success, and they're there just watching. A very cowardice kind of energy. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're watching you succeed or be happy in a way that they told you you never would be able to be without them. Okay, this is one of these people. You'll never be happy without me. You'll never do this and that without me, right? And then here you are flourishing. We have it's showing up as a snake. And you know, I just noticed this as well. It says right there, gives answers of past, present, and future. So that confirms what I just said about you'll never do this without me, right? It's like they're trying to tell you what your life is going to look like, past, present, and future. It's like they're trying to make predictions around how your life will look if they're not in it. What do we have at the sacral, please? Okay. The Magician, wow. Baphomet. So we have the Magician twice, but this Magician is red in its negative polarity. This literally followed and confirmed what we just said. Here you are, right? Turning your visions into reality. And here they are saying you'll never be able to do that. Right underneath that Knight of Wands, okay? You know, they were actually correct in that moment, in that you would never be able to do this when they were around. Correct. This is all made possible by them no longer being there. They failed to understand that. You know, the Knight of Wands is someone who comes into your life and scatters your energy every which way, right? It's a very chaotic kind of person. And the Magician card here is similar in that it also scatters your energy everywhere. It makes you feel fragmented. Just heard it sends your energy in all sorts of different directions. And I feel that this is just another way of saying that you begin to feel lost. It's like you've lost your direction. I just heard that for those of you who have since moved on from this energy or are in this sort of process, you need to get in a habit of calling your energy back. I have found that this is most effective in prayer, right? You pray, you say your prayers, and then you speak what you need to speak, right? Call your energy back to you. Verbalize it, hear it, and put passion behind that as well. You let the universe know that you want it all brought back home to you. Soon as you implement this into your routine, all of you should be doing this every single day. There's no excuse for it. Your life will completely change. I challenge you. Pray and call your energy back every single night before you go to sleep for a few minutes, for 2 weeks, and then watch how things begin to change for the better. Now, for some of you, if you're really deep in this energy here, right, that prayer could actually begin to look a bit chaotic because this is the universe breaking down your environment to help move you on from that space. It's like you calling in the tower. you calling in the destruction through prayer. You know, I was mentioning this in some readings a few weeks back, how prayer, right, when you're asking for things, can trigger crazy things to start happening in your life. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it. It's like somebody saying, please remove me from here. Get this toxic person out of my life. Please, God. God's like, okay. God sends in the storm. And you're like, no, God, why is there a storm? Well, we got to get you out of there. This is the only way to do it. This is similar to what I'm picking up here. But all you need to look for is the signs of change. What do we have at the solar plexus, please, Spirit? 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the solar plexus. This is very interesting, the way I'm reading this here, because we have the 10 of Pentacles here, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So it's like here you are, right? You're in this manifestation energy. You're in the process of manifestation. And then this energy shows up right in between, right? This 9 of Pentacles is red in its shadow. It's like, oh, Aries, oh, hey. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know. Sorry, Aries. We're supposed to be together. I always believed in you. But the 9 of Pentacles from this deck, see how they just show up, wedging themselves in between? I just heard for some of you, this could be a family member as well, okay? Who's caused a lot of issues for you. Just place it as it fits. It doesn't have to be just romantic. But this 9 of Pentacles from this particular deck is an energy of somebody who causes setbacks in your life of the financial kind. It's somebody who takes advantage of you. It's like somebody who shows up when you're in the middle of manifesting this legacy, okay? And they try to weasel their way back in, right? See how they're wearing a unicorn horn, right? And I mentioned something about a fairy tale, right? Trickster energy. Look, they have all their tricks, right? Their bag of tricks with them. They got a saxophone there, a trumpet, right? Unicorn horn. But see how they're sitting like that, right? It's like you see through that energy now, right? You see them for who they really are. They're not standing up so big and bold anymore. And look, it looks like they're kind of dragging their toes on the ground, like they're a bit insecure, like, oh, Aries, I'm sorry. And it's even showing up here, right? Here's the 3 of Wands. Here you are moving on. And this energy shows up. It's like they get in front of you. Hey, Aries. Remember the good times? What do we have at the heart, please? Again, 3 of Wands. Same energy. So just confirming what we're saying. Because this 3 of Wands here is this 3 of Wands in its shadow. It represents somebody who's very untrustworthy. I just got a really loud ringing in my ear, left ear, so warning, okay? Yeah, it's somebody who's trying to get back in your energy to create obstacles to your long-term vision and plan. And it says right here, impossible plans, right? What you have going on here is not possible with them in your energy. You can't do it, right? There's literally not enough hours in the day because this is what they bring to the table, the chaos, day in and day out. I'm also hearing that for some of you, this person, these people, whoever this is, it's like they affected your sleep as well. And then we have the 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy. Yeah, this person hasn't changed. 7 of Cups can be an energy of somebody who's, well, it's like they're not committed the way you are to something, right? They may say that they are, like, I've changed, I'm ready, right? But they're not. And, you know, just a little side message for those of you that are dealing in matters of love, okay? This is somebody who was out in the streets. Maybe they cheated, okay? Or they were just unfaithful in other ways. Maybe they just spread your business around, whatever it is. And now they try to come back saying that they've changed, they're not going to do that anymore, and it's all a lie. This person has not changed. I'm not saying that people can't change, because they can, but typically it's going to be very clear. But it's not going to look like this. This feels like somebody trying to pull a fast one on you. And they're also pulling at your heartstrings as well. You know, for those of you dealing with those sorts of matters, it's like this is probably somebody that broke your heart. Maybe you put up with a lot from this person and you just kept giving them chance after chance. And now they're thinking that if they just come back claiming to have changed, you'll let them back in. Maybe there was a point in time where you would have. Hey, maybe you did, right? By the looks of it here, I feel like this is a cycle that went around a few times. But Spirit is really trying to show you what you're capable of without this sort of energy in your life. This is absolutely an energy of settling. The person doesn't have the same vision as you. I get it. These situations aren't easy, especially when there's some sort of physical attraction there, okay, or just something that made the two of you feel kind of bonded. You know, it sounds crazy, but sometimes the most toxic dynamics are with people that you feel incredibly bonded to because you have gone to those extremes with them. It's like these are always the most difficult relationships to try and get over. But hopefully this message here is clear enough to you, Aries, to show you what you're capable of, what's actually possible here for you, all right? You can't have both. And we've shown you very clearly why that is, okay? This energy is in direct opposition with your full manifestation capabilities. It's very clear, okay? We literally have the magician and the magician in its shadow. That's direct opposition. See, it doesn't show up looking like Baphomet. It shows up like this. The unicorn horn on. Hey, Aries. But it's Baphomet underneath there. It's like this is the kind of energy that this person holds. See, the demons, right? Which are what these cards represent. Their energies, their behavioral patterns, their mindsets. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. It's a way of living. It's like low-level forms of possession that are anchored through behaviors. What do we have at the throat, please? Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay, so she came out. We saw the Queen of Swords from this deck earlier on, okay? And now here she is. All right, so there's that energy of self-preservation right underneath this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so here you are. Way too much to lose, okay? You have something to protect now. And it literally says right here, can acquire all the treasure of heaven and earth. All right? That's what this energy is here. All this. Don't throw this away for this energy here, okay? What would you rather have? This or this? See, the thing is, you will never have this energy. They'll just make it seem that way until they know they've got you right where they want you. And once you're in that space, they will inject their venom again. A lot of you, like I mentioned, have prayed. You've been asking for certain things, right? And here it is, it's showing up. Now it's time to stand on business. You wanted the universe's attention. You wanted the universe to help you bring this to full realization. Well, you've always had the universe's attention, first of all, but it's just clearer to you now because they're showing up for you. And I always mention this. It doesn't show up exactly the way you want it to. Okay, there's work that needs to be done. There's a process to all of this, and it sees some discomfort at first. You have to get adjusted to this new life. It's like you leave all this behind, right? And then the universe begins preparing you, right, for this. It's sort of like going through boot camp. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, which is your energy, Aries, and the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Swords, Hierophant. So there's God. Three of Wands again. Or was it right there? Yeah, I could just keep going on and on. But the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles, so that's two Ace of Pentacles that we've seen here, okay? It says right there, divine blessings, drive away evil spirits, rules agricultural production. It actually says drives away. I said drive away, right? So the action of driving these energies away, right? Queen of Swords. Rules agricultural production, which looks a whole lot like this. What do we have the third eye, please, Spirit? Too many cards. What do we have the third eye? Wow. The Star card. Vasaria at the third eye. There you are now. With that vision, right? In the palm of your hands. That true heart's desire. It's being materialized. The Star card is an amazing energy to get right here, okay? Underneath all this energy. There's confirmation after confirmation in this reading surrounding whatever this manifestation is here, Aries. For some of you, it could just be a vision you have for your life. It's many things integrated. It's like a whole new reality. But this is representing a miracle kind of energy. That's what the Star card is. But you made it happen with inspired action, right? You allowed this to come to pass. Star card is also an energy of being in the spotlight, but the misconception there is that when people hear that, they think that, you know, it's all fame and stuff like this. When I think about the term being in the spotlight, I just picture somebody being underneath a spotlight that represents the vision that they have for their life. It represents the dream. And it says right there, God the just, all right? So this is a promise from the universe, but you have to walk this path in accordance with this blueprint here. You can't take this energy here. You can't expect to get all this with this. It's just not going to happen. All right, what do we have with the crown, please, Spirit? Too many cards. That was that Ace of Pentacles again. What do we have with the crown? Seven of Pentacles. 7, 8, 9, right? Wait, hold on, Aries. 10. Says right here, discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. So this is you looking back on this time in your life and seeing how you were a kind of prisoner, right? You were a prisoner to this person's treatment towards you. You're seeing now just how much they were truly holding you back, because in this new timeline, you're prospering. And this energy here was the common denominator, the energy that was standing in your way. But it's also self-imposed, right? Because a lot of these cases, well, all these cases, I would say, you don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Some of us find ourselves feeling so stuck that we feel like we have to, right? But in all reality, it really just depends on your situation. You just have to connect with Source and find that secret passage doorway out of your situation, which is just a metaphorical way of speaking about an idea, right? Just something that sparks, sort of like the light in the darkness, right? Now, that can really be a message for those of you that are in this situation still and don't know how to remove yourself, right? You know, I always see those kinds of comments underneath the video. Well, I can't remove myself because of this, that, and the other, right? And I get it, you know, but a lot of the times these people are just making up excuse after excuse after excuse. And sure, I get that some of those things could be very credible. A lot of them probably are. But it's in these situations where you have to really try and reignite your faith in Source. People in those situations have no excuse to not be praying, meditating, and clearing out that channel because they need it the most. I've been in those situations before, and it was putting these particular tools into action that allowed me to get out of that space, all right? But It takes faith and it takes belief. Sometimes when you're in those energies, it's very hard to believe, let alone have faith. But in closing, the Seven of Pentacles is really speaking about you earning your fruits for your labor. There's a success here, and you are going to earn it because you are going to put forward the inspired action to make it happen. Both of these cards represent your vision. Here's the vision. Here's you turning the vision into reality. All right? So this is a very clear reading, Aries. We have gone through a full storyline here for a few different groups of you. So however this is showing up in your life, I certainly hope that you're able to extract some useful guidance from this reading here to help you continue down your path to making this ultimate success a reality. All right, Aries, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And there's a glitch in the YouTube app right now. So if you're trying to press like on the video and it's not allowing you to like the video, do me a favor and just drop a heart or a comment, and that will work just the same, okay? But whatever the case, I would like to extend my gratitude for all of your donations and support on my channel, your personal reading bookings, the purchases that you have all made at my online store, and also thank you to everybody who's joined the membership side of my channel. But in closing, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you, so let me know in the comment section down below, again by dropping a heart and or a comment, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.